What's up, guys? My name is Elias, and I officially turned 30 this May. And as a huge lover of comic books and comic book movies, I decided to watch, review, and rank every single live action, theatrically released Marvel and DC film dating as far back as the 1950s to now in this series I call The Road to 30. Today, we're talking about 1984's Supergirl.
Adventure runs in the family.
This was a first time watch for me, and as a movie with a Superman character that doesn't have Superman or really has nothing to do with the real origins of Supergirl, no, it's bad. Like I was gonna try to say something positive, but it's a bad movie. It starts out with this super long intro for an already way too long movie. It's 2 hours for no reason because it's almost completely uneventful the entire runtime. They brought in legendary actor Peter O'Toole to be Zoltar, who's this, I guess, Supergirl's uncle or something like that, or a friend of the family's or something. Honestly, I was trying to pay attention, but this movie was just dragging so long that I was like, I get they're related somehow. They're friends or something. And even though Helen Slater does do a well enough job as Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, there's just been way better versions of that character. She's not terrible in the role, but the movie itself is just ugh. Once Supergirl comes to Earth in search of this power source that they lost from her homeworld, she gets into some water. I'm gonna put this simply. She gets into some water, then without the suit, by the way, and then she comes out like a cardboard cutout out of the water in full costume. So off the rip, I was like, oh, I already know what kind of movie we're getting. But I will say this: some of the effects still hold up pretty well. I mean, the stuff of her flying around while she's discovering her powers, the general aesthetic of the movie, it's not like a bad looking movie. It just so when they do some of the magic stuff, like Faye Dunaway's character does some magic or whatever, and it doesn't look terrible. It could be worse. And again, this is from the 80s, so I do give it some kind of credit. That being said, some effects are completely egregious and it completely date this movie. And you're like, yep, this is something from the 80s. Where I have my issues with this movie, though, is in the plot because Supergirl is in search of this power source for her homeworld and she decides to like take a pit stop and go to high school or college or whatever. She goes to school. Like, I'm like, what are we doing here? And we actually have her being like, I don't know if I should go to the party. I don't know. I'm gonna just stay here and do homework. And I'm like, aren't you looking for this power source that is gonna be deadly to your planet if they don't get it? And she's over here like, I'm gonna do homework. Like, what's going on here? And she just so happens to be in the same spot as Lois Lane's sister, who just so happens to be kind of dating Jimmy Olsen. Like, it's just like, how did any of that happen? I will say I do love that the guy who goes Hans Booby in Die Hard is the love interest here. I just don't like that Supergirl essentially immediately trusts this guy who's under a love spell, by the way, by Faye Dunaway's character. She literally just trusts this guy and is like, yeah, I'm Supergirl. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it's like, what? You don't even know this guy. Why are you telling him your identity? What's going on? Then there's this like crazy ending where Supergirl's fighting this like shadow beast thing, and it's just these 80s movies, man. Like, it's like, all right, I get that you wanted to do a spin-off. You wanted to possibly have Christopher Reeve cameo. I know why he didn't cameo. Like, it's not a good film. I get that you wanted to do something different with a different character, but still have that same flavor of the Christopher Reeve movies. It just doesn't work here. I think maybe had they shaved off like a half an hour of the movie, it'd be a way easier watch and probably even more fun. Just cut out the whole high school plot or college plot, whatever it is. Just cut that whole thing out. You don't need it. It's completely ridiculous. What are we doing here? And then finally, Faye Dunaway battles Supergirl, and they have this crazy little fight or whatever. Supergirl gets the power source again, and she goes back to her homeworld. Overall, I think I'm gonna go probably D tier. We're going D tier. 1 out of 5, 2 out of 10. I can't. I don't see myself ever revisiting this movie or recommending it, even for the fun factor. Like, it's just not that kind of a movie. So there you have it. Long run time, not that great effects. Some effects were okay. Performances were okay. The Hans Booby guy is there, so at least that's kind of funny. And just the plot, the whole. I, I need to don't watch it. But that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and get in my comments with your thoughts on 1984's Supergirl, as well as what movie you're excited for me to review next from Marvel or DC. But until next time, guys, take care and God bless.